In the year 2000, building a real piece of software cost about $1 million. By 2010, it was $100,000. By 2020, $10,000. Last year, with LLMs doing most of the heavy lifting, you could ship something real for around $1,000. And over the next year or two, that number is heading toward zero. So the one thing the entire software industry was created on, the fact that building good software was hard and expensive, is disappearing. The way you price it, the way you sell it, and whether anyone can even copy you, all of that is about to change. And most founders won't notice until it's too late. Now I've got actual skin in this game. I bootstrapped my last company to $5 million in annual revenue with a team of 5. And I'm building my new startup, Helply, on the exact bet I'm about to walk you through in the next few minutes. So let me show you what's actually happening. Because if you build software or you pay for it, this changes the next few years for you. For about 30 years, the hard part of software was building the thing. That's the whole reason it was worth money in the first place. A good product was a moat all by itself because not everyone could actually make one. If you built something solid, you had time before anyone could catch up to you. LLMs just deleted that. The supply of software is about to go through the roof, and technical advantage drops to almost nothing. If anyone can rebuild your product in a weekend with a few prompts, then your product, the actual thing you poured years into, isn't special anymore. And here's why that matters so much. It breaks the two things every SaaS company was built on at the exact same time: how you price it and how you defend it. That's really what this whole video is about. Once building is free, neither one of those works the way it used to. So let me show you what each one turns into. Let's start with pricing, because it's the most obvious one. Right now, SaaS pricing works per seat. You pay for every single person who logs in. 10 reps is one bill. 20 reps, it's double. To show you what that actually adds up to, if we take customer support, 20 agents at $139 a seat is around $2,800 a month. That's over 30 grand a year before anyone on your team has resolved a single ticket. And you're paying that whether you handle 100 tickets that month or 10,000. Now, that model made total sense for a long time. And it made sense for one specific reason. Software used to be the product, and humans did 100% of the work inside it. You were paying for access to a workflow, and your people were the ones running it. The seat was the unit of work. So charging per seat was fair enough. But AI does that work now. When the tool itself is resolving the ticket, why are you still paying for every human who logs in? You're paying for seats while the seats stop doing the actual work. And once you see it that way, you can't unsee it. That's exactly why we did something kind of insane. We showed up to the biggest SaaS conference on the planet and protested it. This year at SaaStr, we brought 2 giant inflatable pandas, 16 people, and signs, and we set up right at the front door. The message was simple: paying per seat in 2026 is a scam, and it worked. We booked over 125 ICP fit demos in the first day. But the thing that really stuck with me is that almost every single prospect was already on Zendesk, Salesforce Service Cloud, Freshdesk, Jira. These are legacy competitors. And the line we heard over and over was, our parent company made us use it. Right behind it was, we want to pay for outcomes. We're done paying for seats. Nobody is defending this model anymore. They're just stuck in it. So that's the surface level, the pricing. But there's a deeper shift sitting right underneath it. And this is the part that actually matters. For years, you bought software and your team used it to go get a result. Now the software gets you the result directly. For a lot of the work, you don't need the team in the middle anymore. So you stop selling the tool and you start selling the outcome. You don't sell accounting software, you just hand back the finished books. You don't sell compliance tooling, you hand back compliance, handled, done. And this isn't only my read on it. Y Combinator is literally calling these AI native service companies in their latest request for startups, telling founders to go sell the completed outcome instead of the software that gets you there. And that flips the whole pricing question on its head. When the software does the work, you pay for the work, not for access, not for seats, but for the thing that actually got done. That's the entire shift shift in one line. Software as a service is turning into service as a software. And that's the exact thing we built Helply to do. The software is free. The ticketing, the inbox, the workflows, the reporting, every seat for your entire team, all of it, $0. You only pay for when the AI actually does work. If it doesn't, you pay nothing. That's the whole model. So if you're running support on one of those legacy platforms and you're tired of paying more every single time you grow, I'll drop a link in the description. Now back to it. So if building is basically free and you're selling outcomes instead of access, the obvious question becomes, what actually protects you now? What stops the next person from doing the exact same thing to you? And the answer is, it's not the product. Anyone can build the product. The only thing left is whether people know who you are and whether they trust you, which means distribution is the whole game now. The old formula was great engineers plus a big pile of money equals a winner. The new formula is distribution times a tight niche, and that's basically it. And honestly, we've already watched this exact movie play out in media. Joe Rogan pulls in around 11 million listeners an episode. ESPN, the biggest sports network in the country, averages under 1 million viewers at any given minute. And Mr. Beast, one guy who started out on YouTube, is sitting at around 500 million subscribers. He's the single most subscribed channel on the entire platform, while Disney's own main channel is stuck around 6 million. The second the cost of making and shipping content dropped to zero, the individual with the audience started beating the giant company. Software is about to work in the exact same way. This is why a lean, founder-led company can now beat a company with 50 engineers and a war chest behind it. I bootstrapped Groove to $5 million a year with 5 people. And back then, that was the hard way to do it. I was swimming upstream the entire time. Now the giant team isn't the advantage anymore. It's mostly just overhead. Even the VCs are starting to catch on. The money is moving from, here's $5 million to go hire developers, to here's money to go build distribution. So here's the trap, and almost everyone is walking straight into it. Founders feel the ground moving under them and they panic. So they race to bolt more AI features onto the same old product with the same old per seat pricing, and they tell themselves they're keeping up. That is a race to the bottom. When every company in your category ships the same AI feature in the same month, that feature is worth nothing. It's table stakes by the time you've shipped it. Wes Bush put it better than I could. He said, AI isn't a moat, it's quicksand. The harder you push on features, the faster you sink. Adding AI to your product is not the move. Rethinking the entire model is the move. Free the software and charge for outcomes. Pick a niche and actually go own it. Build a brand and a distribution channel that nobody can copy with a prompt, because that is the one thing that they cannot take from you. And that's the whole thing almost nobody realizes right now. The winners over the next few years are not going to be whoever shipped the most AI features. It's going to be whoever figured out that the model itself changed, not just the feature list. And look, if you're running a SaaS company right now and you're still paying per seat for your support stack, Zendesk, Salesforce Service Cloud, Freshdesk, even newcomers like Pylon, whatever you're on, that's the old model. And you don't have to stay stuck in it. That's the whole reason we built Helply. The software is free and you only pay when the AI does the work. So if that sounds interesting, go to the link in the description and book a quick demo. We'll take your real numbers, run them against what you're paying right now, and show you exactly what your support looks like running on autopilot. Worst case, you walk away knowing precisely how much you've been overpaying. Best case, we put your whole support on autopilot and you stop paying for seats for good. So again, book a demo below. And if you just want to watch me build this thing in public the whole way, then check out this video next.